Hey chili heads, welcome back to Red or Green. Today we're gonna make one of my favorite go-to breakfasts. So let me start by saying years ago, I used to work at this restaurant called Weck's. And it's a local restaurant and they have lots of New Mexican food. But one of my favorite breakfasts to have there was what's called a papa's bowl or a papa's plate. And as you can imagine, there are a lot of potatoes involved, right? Papas. And so today we're gonna do a copycat of that Weck's Papa's Bowl. We're gonna go ahead and make some homemade hash browns. We're gonna boil some potatoes and not fully cook them, but just par cook them so that we can then grate them and cook the hash browns. But if you wanted to take a shortcut, you could certainly buy some frozen hash browns, or this might be a good time for you to use leftover baked potatoes. Just peel them and grate them along with some bacon or sausage or ham. Today we're going to use some bacon and ham, but you could also use a ton of veggies, sauteed veggies on top. Then we're going to top it with an egg, cooked how you would like it, whether it's over medium, over easy. These days I like mine scrambled, so we're going to do scrambled today. And then you top it with some green or some red and then some cheese. And then you dig in. It's delicious. I hope you try this. We're also going to partner with our friends over at the Fresh Chile Company today. They have this green chili sauce. It's one of their most popular items. You've got to try this green chili sauce. It's delicious. You're going to be buying it all year long after this. But you can get 10% off. You can find the code for that in the description box below. So make sure you get you a jar of this stuff. We're going to heat it up, use it. It's going to be a shortcut today, but we love partnering with the Fresh Chile Company because they have so many different varieties of red, green, salsas. They have a chili honey. Oh, so many different selections of chili products. So I do hope you scroll around on their website and find some products that you would like to try. All right. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. Hit post notifications. That way, whenever we release a new video, you get notified right away. Also, if there are any dishes you'd like to see on the channel, let us know in the comments below and we'll do our best to get it on the channel in the future. All right, I think we have everything we need here, so let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to start by boiling our potatoes. I'm using medium to large russet potatoes here, and I'm going to put them into a medium-sized saucepan and cover them with cold water. It's important to use cold water because we want the potatoes to cook evenly. Once the potatoes come up to a boil, we're going to cook them for about 10 minutes, just so that you can actually stick a fork through, but they're not cooked entirely. Now, in a skillet, we're going to cook about 4 or 5 pieces of bacon. Now, this is enough for 2 Papa's bowls, and we'll cook them until they're very crisp. I like my bacon crisp, but if you don't, just cook it to however you like it. And then we'll remove these and drain them on a paper towel. Next, I sliced up about 1/4 inch slices of ham into small dice. I'm going to cook these in the same pan just until browned. And once they're cooked, go ahead and drain those on a paper towel as well. Now I've removed the potatoes from the pot, and I'm going to go ahead and peel them and then grate them on a cheese grater. Now add about 2 tablespoons of canola oil or vegetable oil to a large skillet on medium heat. I'm adding a pinch of salt to the bottom of my skillet just so my potatoes don't stick. It's a trick I learned from my dad. Now let's add all our hash browns in. And we're going to top it with some onion salt, half a teaspoon of salt, and some fresh cracked black pepper. Now I'm going to cover these and let them cook for about 3 to 5 minutes on each side. You want to take the top off and check them occasionally. If they're starting to brown, it's time to go ahead and flip them. That's about 3 to 5 minutes. And we'll go ahead and add the same spices to the other side. Go ahead and cover it back up, and then we'll cook for about another 5 minutes, and then pull it off the stove. Meanwhile, we're going to heat our jar of chili sauce on about medium heat. Once it comes up to a boil and it's heated through, we're going to turn it to low and set it aside. I'm going to get some of the ingredients ready for the bowl by chopping up the bacon. And now it's time to fry up our eggs. I'm starting by making just an over medium egg, and then I'm going to move on to making my scrambled eggs. I'm going to cook the scrambled eggs after I make my fried eggs, just so it doesn't stick to the pan and make the eggs more difficult to fry. For the scrambled eggs, I'm going to add about 3 eggs to a bowl. This is a little bit much, but I'm going to use a little bit of it for meal prep later in the week. 2 eggs for 1 serving. Add about 1/4 teaspoon of water and whisk this all up to combine. I want to add some air to these eggs so they're nice and fluffy. Add another tablespoon of oil to the pan and add in your scrambled eggs. And we're going to let them kind of cook up just for a minute before we start moving them around. You want to go from the outside to the inside of the pan just so that we have full-bodied eggs. I don't like my scrambled eggs overcooked, so just cook them to how you like them. Now it's time to assemble our bowls. We're going to start by adding the papas to each of our bowls and topping them with your meat of choice or grilled veggies. I'm making 1 bowl with bacon and another bowl with ham. And I'm adding my over medium egg to 1 bowl and the scrambled eggs to the other. Now top them with a chili sauce and some cheddar cheese. I'm going to actually put them under the broiler just for about 30 seconds to melt the cheese a little bit. It's your choice if you'd like to put it under the broiler. It might cook the egg a little bit more. It's your choice if you want the cheese nice and melty, or if it's melting enough from the heat of the eggs and the chili, then you don't need to. You are going to love these papas bowls. It makes a great brunch meal if you decide you want to make this for a crowd. Enjoy!